Stephanie Lauder pukes into the toilet of a restroom at Hatchetfield High. She knew she'd pay for drinking so much on an empty stomach, but it was the last party of the school year. As the hangover thumps in her head, fellow student Grace Chasity peeks up from the next stall over.
Oh my goodness! Steph! Are you alright?
Beat it, Chasity.
You got a tummy ache? Was it the meatloaf? I ate the meatloaf.
Relax. I didn't eat anything. That's the problem. I'm just a little sick this morning.
Sick? Morning? Sickness? Oh, heck. No heckin' way, Steph. Are you pregnant?
Yeah, Grace. I'm pregnant.
The sarcasm lost on her, Grace marches from the restroom. Later, Steph sits in an outdoor amphitheater, looking down at the pink shirt she'll be forced to wear all summer. She reads the phrase printed on the front.
Virginity rocks.
You could say that again!
From behind her, Steph hears a familiar voice. It sends a shudder down her spine.
Oh, God. Please, no.
Steph! You're here! Oh!
Grace Chasity runs up and throws her arms around Steph. She squeezes with all her might. A nearby counselor points to the hugging girls and yells,
Hey, that's long enough!
Grace lets go, smiling at him.
It's okay. We're just friends.
Keep it that way.
He walks off, and Grace turns back to Steph.
I'm so glad you're getting help. I was really worried about you after that day in the restroom. You know, when you thought you were pregnant. I figured you might be too scared to reach out to others, so I did it for you. I told everyone. The principal, the football team, all your friends. We care about you, Steph. We want to help you make better choices.
You started the rumors. I have you to thank for all of this.
You're welcome.
As the amphitheater stage lights up, a voice crackles over the loud.
Now I know Abstinence can't may seem like the best place on earth, but there's a deep dark secret at the heart of I Don't Wanna Bang. Something lurking out in those woods. Or should I say, someone.
Come on, Gabe. Not this story again. You're gonna scare the new kids.
They should be scared, because there's a reason you gotta abstain around these parts.
You don't need a reason. Virginity just rocks.
I know that, and you know that, but some people need a little extra motivation. Sometimes God has to make examples out of them, like Sodom and Gomorrah. That's what he saw when he looked down on Hatchetfield, a den of sin, a city full of adulterers and fornicators.
With Mary now in tears, Grace shakes her head.
Not funny, Noah.
And certainly not scary. No mask? No axe? What is that, a canoe paddle?
Later, Steph hikes down from her cabin and steps into the designated girls' washroom. The curtain to one of the shower stalls slides open, and Grace pops out, wearing a bathing suit.
Morning, Steph!
Wait, did you just shower in your swimsuit?
Of course. It's camp policy. You don't want to see your own body and start getting crazy ideas.
That's, disgusting.
I know. Can you imagine getting handsy with yourself?
We're outside every day, getting sweaty and dirty. If you don't clean yourself, all of yourself, you're gonna get a UTI.
Wait. Are you telling me you're gonna shower without a swimsuit?
Yep. I'm headed straight to hell.
Steph goes for a stall. Grace jumps in her way.
No, Steph. I can't let you do that. It's this kind of reckless behavior that got you in trouble in the first place.
No, Grace, you got me in trouble. You're the reason I'm stuck here. See, I'm normal. You're weird. This whole place is weird.
Giving up on showering here, Steph stomps outside. Grace hurries after her.
Steph, I know you're just lashing out because you're an addict, jonesing for a big old shot of vitamin D, but I am not giving up on you. We're gonna get through this together. Anywhere you go, I'll follow.
Really?
Steph pushes through the door to the neighboring building. Grace's eyes go wide. The sign reads, Boys Washroom. Grace spots Steph being led to the pink bunks by one of the counselors.
Hey, what's going on?
Solitary confinement for the rest of summer.
What?
Yeah, Grace. Thanks for tattling. Again.
Steph, I didn't think they'd do this. I was just trying to help. I'm your friend.
No, you're not! You're an annoying, self-righteous, nerdy prude. And the only good thing about this is that I won't have to spend any more time with you.
The counselor opens the cabin.
All right, Louder. Inside.
Steph enters, and he slams the door. He flips a metal latch into place and clicks on a heavy padlock.
This isn't right. How is she supposed to learn if she can't come to the activities, the prayer circles?
He raises his axe. Steph winces, and...
No!
Grace throws herself between Steph and the mad woodsman.
She's lying. She's a dirty girl.
I'm not!
Grace faces the woodsman without fear.
I think I understand you. Maybe we understand each other.
Suddenly, Lumberax lifts his blade. Grace winces. But then, he slowly lowers it, handing it to her. Grace gazes down at the weapon. Then he turns and lumbers back into the woods. The three teens watch him go. Finally safe, Steph pulls Peter to his feet.
Come on, Pete. Let's get out of here.
She starts leading him away when Grace blocks their path.
Not so fast. The summer's not over yet.
Days later, Grace stands in the Arts and Crafts Pavilion, putting the finishing touches on her project. She turns to a room full of campers.
And that is how you weave a basket. All right, everybody, hop to it.
The kids line up, grabbing strips of cedar bark. They sit around tables, working quietly. One of the campers scratches their head, trying to make sense of it all.
So, the camp directors disappear and we're supposed to pretend nothing happened? Like, this is weird, right?
Just shut up and weave a basket.
Please, Pete, don't you want to help me out?
All right.
Cheater!
Oh God, butt out, Chasity!
High school is killing me. It's got me all out of rhythm in my melody. It's not cool, it's a tragedy. I've been thrown to the wolves of the community, and I can't survive it for only so long. And I still despise it when I am gone. High school is killing me.
Grace, just be cool.
Must you biology?
Never.
High school will murder me.
Miss Mulberry, they're cheating!
I'm so fucking dead!
Well, we have to do something.
And what, pray tell, may that be, Stephanie?
I don't know, we destroy him.
Grace.
Oh my God, Bud, out, Chasity. This is none of your business.
Oh, it very much is my business. And not just because I'm the hall monitor and there are two girls in the boys' bathroom. Detention for both of you.
What? God, you suck, Grace.
All right, I'm gonna need the three of you to shut the fudge up about Max Gigerman.
Why? What's wrong?
Nothing. Because we cleaned the entire house with bleach. We covered all our tracks. Except I can't find my WWJD bracelet. I took it off when we were dismembering the body, but I put it back on, right? You saw me with it on, right?
Grace? Is there something that we need to be worried about?
No,
Holy shit, are those cop cars?
Grace, why are the police at our school?
All right, I'm gonna need the three of you to stop freaking out, okay? Okay, just shut up and keep your beads cool. If you think about it, it's a good thing my dad sold the Wayland place, because he's gonna get a huge commission on it, and he's gonna build a pool in our backyard. So there.
Grace, you said that house would be abandoned forever. We trusted you.
Then trust me that they can't trace anything back to us.
Don't bully me!
Leave Ruth alone.
Was it you, Steph? Or maybe it was you, Spankovsky.
No.
Someone told.
Or there was someone else in the house that night.
Don't be ridiculous. Wait. Someone else in the house. That could work.
Grace, what are you thinking?
Relax, ye of little faith. I'm gonna get those pigs off our backs. Leave room for Jesus!
Grace?
How'd it go with the cops? Did they buy it?
Did they buy it? Nah. Dagnammit. I need a doggone drink. Give me a cup of hot water and make it strong.
Grace, you're kind of freaking me out here.
Yeah. Are we in trouble? Do we need to get a hold of Ruth?
Good luck getting a hold of her. Does your phone plan cover calls to hell?
Hell?
She's bisexual and dead. Where else would she be?
Wait, Ruth's dead?
Apparently. The three of us may need to get out of town.
Grace, what did you do?
The cops know everything, but don't worry. I have a plan.
No more of your plans,
Just
okay?
cool your beast,
my
Steph! Just cool him right the heck down.
Oh my God, is that a gun?
Check the front door, Spankovsky. Get in. Oh, jeez. Move over.
Sorry.
This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go down to the docks. We're gonna commandeer a boat, and we're gonna sail it to Canada. Okay? We may have to give up some of our liberties, but at least we'll stay out of prison. Grace,
This is crazy. I'm not helping you flee the country.
you better. Because if I'm going down, you hoes is coming with me, eh?
No.
You hear that?
No.
I'm gonna blend right in.
Excuse me, everybody! I'm a cop! I'm looking for an 18-year-old Caucasian female!
Oh, crud!
Excuse me, officer. I'm with the neighborhood watch. I might have had eyes on your perp.
Sir, do not approach me! Get your hands out of your pockets!
Okay.
Put your hands down!
I'm sorry.
He's going for a gun! Holy shit!
Quick, into the alley!
No.
Oh, okay. Cops are swarming the streets, so you know what? We're gonna scale this wall, and we'll jump from rooftop to rooftop. It'll work, because we'll have the higher ground.
Give me that. You have no idea what the hell you're doing. Okay? Every plan you've made over the last 3 weeks has been a fucking disaster. You ruined our lives, Grace.
I know. Oh. I just haven't been thinking clearly lately. All I wanted was to be a regular girl with no sexual desire until she was safely married. I never asked for this tickle in my mommy's spot. I've done so many terrible things, like touching myself and lying to the police.
And dismembering a body.
Well, we all did that, so. But I called God a son of a B word. Who am I?
It's all right, Grace.
Don't comfort her. She's fucking weird.
You two go. I'll turn myself in.
No, Grace. Unfortunately, we're in this mess together.
Steph, are you sure about this? I mean, who knows what kind of door we're gonna open?
We have to, Pete. For Ruth and Richie and everyone. Grace, summon these bastards.
Okay.
I'll take care of those losers over at Sycamore. In the whole damn town of Clydesdale, all the nerdy prudes must pay. But I'm gonna start with you, Steph. You lured me to that house. You betrayed me! You fucking Judas!
So you do know the Bible.
Grace?
Grace, get out of here!
I always thought there was something about your wrath that was so Old Testament. Take me, Max, right here on the 50-yard line.
But, Grace, I gotta kill these nerds.
Are you really gonna pass this up? Are you gonna come under the bleachers with me, or am I gonna need to find another stud to use?
I'll be right back.
Homecoming. You know, for a minute there, I didn't think we'd see it.
Well, I had a change of heart and decided not to get the dance canceled.
Thanks, Grace.
Well, gotta go. My date's waiting. Did you guys know Jason goes to my church? Only for Christmas and Easter, but we're working on it. Jason.
This isn't the Hello Kitty store?
No, it's Hot Topic.
What's the topic? Devil worship?
Help me hide a body. Huh? Come on, we can't delay.
What did you do?
No one can see him on the floor. Get him out the door before he can decay.
Why would you call me? Why would you call me of all people? Now I'm gonna go to jail. Oh my God.
Police will say to prison. Grace, this is crazy. I'm not helping you flee the country. You better. Not enough to kill him, though.
Don't comfort her, she's fucking weird.
Not enough to kill him, though.
Don't comfort her, she's fucking weird.
Shit. All right.
You cussed. I'm gonna write you up.
Let's just, we're gonna scale this wall, and we'll jump from rooftop to rooftop. It'll work because we'll have the higher ground. Give me that.
Spider boy, king of thieves, weave your little webs of opacity. My pennies made your crown.
Because if I'm going down, you hoes is coming with me, eh?
Trick me once, trick me twice. Don't you know that cash ain't the only price? It's coming back around.
I know you've done something.
Whatever do you mean?
You've always done something. It's a lovely day out, we're having a good time. What have you done?
You mistake me for some sort of scoundrel.
Carl!
I am a respected member of the community. To even insinuate...
Okay, Carl. So what did you do today?
Well, let's see. I washed the car.
Uh-huh.
I made a donation to the local Girl Scout troop.
Sure.
I returned an overdue movie at Blockbuster.
What else?
I stepped on a ladybug by accident.
Go on.
And I baked some banana bread for our neighbor Pat. I believe that's it. Done.
That's it.
That's all I did today. Oh.
Carl!
Every plan you've made over the last 3 weeks has been a fucking disaster! You ruined our lives, Grace! I know. I'll turn myself in.
We're in this mess together.
I'm losing my control. The city spins around. You're the only one who knows to slow it down.
Cause he was sunshine, I was midnight, and I could still see it all.
that I won't have to spend any time with you.
In the world of boys, he's a gentleman. God love struck, went straight to my head. Bad love sick all over my bed. Love to think you'll never forget. We'll pay the price, I guess. She likes a boy, she likes a boy, she likes a boy, she likes a boy. And I'm not a boy, I'm not a boy, I'm not a boy, I'm not a boy.
Why not? Oh, I sure do.
I still remember 3rd of December, me in your sweater. You said it looked better on me than it did you. Only if you knew how much I liked you. But I watch your eyes as she walks by. White as sight for sore eyes, brighter than the blue sky. She's got you mesmerized while I die. Why would you ever kiss me? I'm not even half as pretty. You gave her your sweater, it's just polyester, but you like her better. Wish I were Heather.
And I'll be okay, admiring from afar. 'Cause even when she's next to me, we could not be more far apart. And she tastes like birthday cake and story time and full. But to her, I taste of nothing at all.
I wanted her to look at me, but she couldn't pull her eyes away from you and your stupid hair.
Smart, sexy, lacy, I'm losing it lately. I feel your compliments like bullets on skin. Dazzling, starlit, Barbarian, incarnate. Well, aren't you the greatest thing to ever exist?
Why not? Oh, I sure do.
Fortunately, we're in this mess together, so...
Once I told you I'd kissed 1,000 women. It was a lie.
I know.
I've only kissed 200 or 300. Now, how many men have you kissed?
Very few.
But you offered me a kiss. Why?
Such a foolish reason, I'm afraid. I just wanted to kiss you.
What kind of girls do you prefer?
My wife.
What kind of girl do you like? John's wife.
You turn me inside out and then you walk the outside in. You spin me all around, then you ask me not to spin. You say you wanna be alone, and if you want children, you wanna be with me. You wanna be with me now. You give me chills, I've had it with the chills. Tell your baby that I'm your baby. I'm bent on losing dogs. I know they're losing. I could be a better boyfriend than him. I'm gonna fight 'em all.
Tell your boyfriend if he says he's got beef that I'm a vegetarian and I ain't fucking scared of him.
She wants to touch me, she wants me, love me,
And you got autism. I don't have a disability. I have a disability to steal your bitch.
It's alright, Grace.
No comforter, just fucking weird.
Pete, get behind me! I've got a gun. Steph, it's a ghost. I don't think that's gonna do any good. I'll turn myself in.
No, Grace. Fortunately, we're in this mess together.
Sometimes I wonder why I need you at all.
And Amber Sweet is addicted to the knife.
Addicted to the knife? Addicted to the knife.
And addicted to the knife, she needs a little help with the agony. And a little help comes in a little glass vial and a gun pressed against her anatomy. And when the gun goes off, Miss Sweet is ready for surgery. Surgery.
The track hits your eardrum like a slug to your chest, like a vest for your Jimmy in the city of sex. We in that sunshine state for the bomb ass hit.
And there's one thing you better hurry up and know about Grace Chasity. I'm always on time.
But I'm gonna start with you, Steph. You lured me to that house. You betrayed me. You fucking Judas.
So you do know the Bible.
He raises his axe. Steph winces, and...
No!
Grace throws herself between Steph and the mad woodsman.
I found a weak spot, haven't I?
No!
Did you just throw your hand between the hammer and the phone?
Yeah.
One of you must give up the thing you treasure above all else. Do it or die.
Treasure above all else. I know what it is. My phone! My whole life's on this thing! My contacts! My pictures!
I've connected the two dots.
You didn't connect shit, but
I've connected them.
And the only good thing about this is that I won't have to spend any more time with you.
Finally safe, Steph pulls Peter to his feet.
Come on, Pete.
Thanks, Grace.
Let's get out of here.
She starts leading him away when Grace blocks their path.
Not so fast. The summer's not over yet.
She said she wish it was two of me.